apologies for the late start. I had some technical difficulties here. So I think we're ready. Today we're going to have a 50-minute Vinyasa flow workout. My name is Jack, and I apologize for the delay, and I'm glad you're still with me. So for today's practice, you're going to need a yoga mat, and you're going to need maybe some yoga blocks, maybe a towel, and a bottle of water. So let's get started. Today we're going to start out in child's pose. Bring your knees out wide, and then bring your toes to touch, and reach your arms out long in front of you. Pull your elbows in, but lift your elbows up off the mat, and make this an active child's pose. Scrub your hands forward, and press your glutes closer to your heels. Stretch your shoulders, your lower back, your hips, your glutes. Stretch your tops of your feet. With each inhale, pull your belly in. With each exhale, push your hips back further. Take 2 more breaths just like this on your own. Then walk your hands back up. So I don't know about you, but I'm missing my yoga classes these days, and I miss having a great instructor who's able to come and apply some pressure to my lower back, or help me find my best pose. And so today we're going to talk about making some self-adjustments and some ways that you can help yourself achieve your best version of each posture. And we're going to start doing that with our child's pose. So come back into your child's pose with your knees spread wide, your arms stretched out long. And this time when you inhale, pull your belly in, and then imagine pressing your knees into the mat. And then without moving them, imagine squeezing your knees together. This is going to create activation in your abdomen, and it's going to provide a lift here in your belly that's going to enable you to stretch deeper into this posture. And so let's try it for a couple of breaths. Inhale, press your knees, squeeze. Exhale, press back. Inhale, pull your belly in, press your knees and squeeze. Exhale, push your hips back. 1 more breath just like this. Inhale, press your knees, squeeze your knees. Exhale, press your hips back. Then walk your hands back up. And so I hope you're able to sense a little activation there. And we're going to try that again with some other postures, but that's a little bit of the magic of yoga, is finding your inner core's ability to help you find each posture. So let's come into a tabletop pose here. And we'll start off with some cat-cow postures to loosen up our spine. So inhale, lift your gaze, drop your belly, and then exhale, hide your heart, pull your gaze towards your navel, and press your hands into your mat as you dome your spine. Inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze. Exhale for cat pose. Pull your gaze up to your belly, hide your heart. Inhale, open up your heart, lift your gaze, and pull your elbows in. Strong chaturanga arms here. The eyes of your elbows should face the front of the room. Exhale, hide your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Take 1 more on your own. Inhale. And then exhale. Come back to a neutral spine and tuck your toes underneath and lift your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. This is your first downward dog. Pedal your feet back and forth. Stretch your hamstrings. Press into the mat with all 10 fingers with your palms pull your shoulders down your spine and try to pull your shoulder blades away from your ears. Lift your gaze up towards your belly and activate strong quadriceps here. And feel your hips drift down towards the mat. Feel your heels drift down towards the mat. Look between your hands and slowly walk your feet up to the top of your mat and then hang down here in a ragdoll pose. You can catch opposite elbows or just let your head and neck hang heavy here. Loosen your arms. Shake your head out, yes. I will find joy in my yoga practice tonight. Shake your head out, no. I'm not going to worry about anything else right now. And when you're ready, slowly lift up vertebrae by vertebrae. Lifting your head and neck up last. And come up to standing. Now stretch your arms up high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands to your shins. And then pull the crown of your head forward and pull your seat and your left foot back into a high plank. And then come down to chaturanga. My knees up and back for downward facing dog. Your hands are spread wide. Lift your right foot behind you. And step your right foot forward and come into a high runner's lunge here. Pull your chest through your shoulders and plant that left hand down as you lift your right arm up. And try to stack your shoulders here. Find a deep twist in your thoracic spine. Lift your gaze up to your top hand. Take one more breath here on your own. And bring your hand down. Come back to your runner's lunge. Then step your left foot forward to meet your right. Lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway up. Then plant your hands and step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg high. Bring your left foot forward between your hands into a high runner's lunge. And then plant that right hand on the mat. Lift your left arm high. With each exhale, find a deeper twist to the side of the room. With each exhale, lift your gaze up to that top hand. To really energize that bottom arm. Stack your shoulders here. You pull the crown of your head forward. And then exhale, bring it down. Come into your high runner's lunge. Step that right foot forward to meet your left. Lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. I'm going to adjust our monitor here. All right, that's a little better. So inhale, rise up, standing. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step or hop back for chaturanga. Lower down halfway to push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Activate strong legs here. Step or hop to the top of your mat. Lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing. Let's take a Surya Namaskar B. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Curl your fingers here. Press your fingers into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward and come up into warrior one here. Tall spine. Exhale. Frame your front foot with your hands. And take a vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot forward to warrior one. Come to tall spine here. Then frame your front foot with your hands. And let's take a vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now pull your elbows in and push the eyes of your elbows towards the front of the mat. Activate strong quadriceps here. And on your inhale, lift your hips up and back for your downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Step or hop to the front of your mat. Lift halfway up. Exhale, fold. And inhale to Utkatasana, chair pose. Hold in here for a couple of breaths. Back should be straight. Hips shoot straight back. Crown of your head tall. And exhale, Namaste. Let's do one more. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step or hop back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And lift your right leg high and pull your right knee to your nose. Back to three-legged dog. Right knee to right elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Right knee to left elbow underneath your body. Back to three-legged dog. And step that right foot forward. Warrior one. Whew. All right. Let's bring that front foot with the hands. Take a vinyasa here. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So lift your left leg high. Pull your left knee to your nose. Back to three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Left knee to right elbow. Back to three-legged dog. Step your left foot between your hands. Spin your right foot back down. Come into warrior one. All right. Let's finish that Surya Namaskar B. Plant your hands. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands. Activate strong legs. Step. Hop to the front of your mat. Push halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, Namaste. All right, that was tough. I think we're warmed up now. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, take a vinyasa. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Open up your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spin your left foot down. Step your right foot forward. Come into warrior one to stay. We're going to be here for 5 steady breaths. So check in with your posture. Your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your front knee tracks over your ankle. Bring a deeper bend to that front knee. Bring your palms to touch, or simply curl your pinkies inwards. Try to relax your shoulders down your spine. Take a deep breath here. Then on your exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Lift your heart, open up your chest, and prepare for a humble warrior. Pushing off into that back heel, the outer edge of your back foot. Fold forward. And if you have really tight shoulders, you can use a towel between your hands to help find space there. Bring your right shoulder to your right knee, just inside that right knee. And maintain steady pressure in that back foot. Inhale, come back to warrior one. Then exhale, bring your arms down for warrior two. Your back foot's at a 90-degree angle. Your gaze is out over that front middle finger. And do a self-assessment here. Look down at that front knee. Make sure you can see that your big toe. If your knee's pulled over that big toe, you pull that right knee to the right. Settle into your pose. Flip your palm, lean forward, and then reverse your warrior. Letting that left hand travel down your thigh, or find the bind. Gaze up to your top hand. But maintain that deep bend of that front knee. This is a great hip stretch. Inhale, come back to warrior two. And exhale, bring your right elbow to right knee. Reach that top arm up and over for extended side angle. Now really press into the outer edge of that back foot. With each exhale, find a little opening here. Open up your chest to the side of the mat. Pull your right hip back. Pull the crown of your head forward. Inhale, come back to warrior two. And exhale, let's take a vinyasa. Whew. Take your vinyasa your way. You can come straight back to downward facing dog. You can try that active child's pose. Do what feels right for your body tonight. And let's do the same thing on the left side. So step that left foot forward for a strong warrior one. Your gaze up towards your thumbs. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. Find a deep bend of that front knee. And keep your hips square to the front of your mat. Bring your hands down. Clasp your hands behind your back. Let's prepare for a humble warrior here. So on your inhale, open up your heart. Exhale, fold forward. Bringing that left shoulder to your left knee. Then distribute the weight evenly across both feet. Take one more breath here. Inhale back to warrior one. Then exhale for warrior two. We'll be here for 5 steady breaths. Your gaze is out over that front middle finger. Relax your shoulders here. Relax your jaw. And let's look for a little activation in our core here. So imagine pulling your heels towards one another. If you pull your belly in, and see if you can find a little lift in your torso there. It's real subtle. Let's see if you can feel it. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, find a deeper bend there. Now let's prepare to reverse our warrior. So reach your left arm forward, and then reverse. Our right hand can travel down your thigh or wrap around your back for a bind. Lift your gaze up towards your hand. And feel that opening in that whole left side body rib cage there. Should feel really good. Inhale back to warrior two. Then bring that left elbow to left knee. Right arm reaches up and over for extended side angle. pulling that left hip back. And use your outer edge of your right foot. Press the right hip forward and up. You're looking for a line of energy all the way from that right foot to your right fingertips. You can bring that left hand down to the mat. Maybe place it on the block if that feels good. Or just keep pressing that elbow into your knee. Inhale, come back to warrior two. And exhale, let's take a vinyasa. All right, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that's really tough. So let's take a pigeon pose here. Come back to our breath. So lift your right leg high. Pull your right knee to your right wrist. And place that right leg across the top of your mat. Open up a proud chest here. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, fold forward. Walking your hands out to the top of your mat. Now try to keep your elbows off of your mat. Lift your elbows up. And then here I want you to take your right thumb and press it into your right hip crease. And see if you can find a deeper stretch there. And don't worry too much. We're going to actually do 2 rounds of pigeon tonight because it's everybody's favorite pose and because you guys are working hard. So pull that right hip back, stretch forward, take 2 more breaths here, and then try to lift your rib cage up, and then extend it long over your right thigh, so that your rib cage lands on the outside of your thigh, and then stretch long, and then walk your hands back. And then lift your left foot, bend your left foot at the knee, reach with your left hand back, catch that left foot if you can, and then take a twist with your thoracic spine, opening up your heart to the right side of the room. Option here to come down into that right elbow as you twist deeper to the left. Option to pull that left heel closer to your glutes. Find a deeper stretch in your quadriceps. Each exhale, twist a little deeper to your left, pulling your crown of your head forward. And then slowly release that back foot and plant your hands. And then pull that right hip back and come into downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So lift your left leg high, pull that left knee to your left wrist, preparing for pigeon on this side. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, fold forward, walking your hands out. Now keep your arms active and strong here. And then find your left thumb and pull it into your left hip crease. And push that hip down and back. This is what your yoga teacher would be doing if she was with you today. And that's going to enable you to find a deeper stretch here in your pigeon pose. And then walk your hands back. And then this time bend your right knee. And then reach your right arm around, catch the inside of that right foot. And then take a deep quad stretch here. Option to come down to that left elbow. That feels good. And pull the crown of your head forward and twist from your thoracic spine. Option to pull that heel closer to your glute. Take 1 more breath here. Then slowly release that back leg. And then come back to your downward facing dog. Very good. We should be a little rested now. So step your right foot forward and come into a runner's lunge. And then come up into a high lunge. Now you have the option here of dropping down on that back knee if that feels good. That does feel good. So if you want, you can lift off that back knee. Inhale, lift your crown of your head high. Curl your pinkies inwards. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, tall spine. And exhale, twist to the right for Pavarita Parsvakonasana. Looking at right elbow over your left knee. Press your palms together at heart center. And pull the crown of your head forward. Now really activate that back leg. Make that a strong leg to stabilize your posture here. And imagine pulling your thumbs towards your sternum. And imagine your left rib cage lifting above your right hip. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. And exhale, bring that front foot of your hand. Come down to that back knee if you're not there already. And then shoot that right heel forward. And let's take a nice stretch here with our hamstrings. If you have a full splits in your practice, you are welcome to take it. If you're with me, just pull your hips back. Pull your toes towards your face. You're balanced under your fingertips. And we have 3 hamstrings, so let's stretch all 3. So shift your toe to the right, and back to center, and drop your toes to the left, and back to center. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Man, that feels good. And then pull that heel in, come back to your runner's lunge, and then come back to your downward facing dog. So let's do the same thing on the other side. So lift the left heel high, pull it forward into a runner's lunge, and then up into a high lunge here, Alanasana. The arms are active and strong. And again, drop down that back knee if you need to. Or if you need more stability, you can heel toe that left foot out a couple inches and find a wider posture here. That's going to help you stabilize. Otherwise, just fire up that back leg. Try to straighten that back knee. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. And then exhale, you're going to twist to the left. Hook your elbow over knee. Dropping down to that back knee if you need to set this up. Each inhale, pull the crown of your head forward. And each exhale, try to stack your shoulders. Press your palms together at heart center. And bring your sternum towards your thumbs. If you have an arm variation here, you're welcome to take that. And when you're ready, frame that front foot with your hands. Drop down to that back knee. And let's take that hamstring stretch on your left side now. Pulling that left hip back. And again, if you got full splits, go for it. If you're with me, you're going to pull those hips back. Pull your toes towards your face. And then let's stretch all 3 of our hamstrings here. So drop your toes to the left. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Bring your toes back to center. Drop your toes to the right. Come back to center. And then pull your heel in. And let's take a vinyasa here. So plant your hands. Come back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look between your hands, step or hop in front of your mat. Lift halfway up, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, pressing your feet into the mat. And let's prepare for some balance postures. So we're going to start with Vrikshasana, a tree pose. So Bring your feet together, toes, big toes touch, heels about an inch apart. Really press into the mat with both feet. And then lift your right knee to place the sole of your right foot on either your ankle, your shin, or your thigh. Press your hands together at heart center. Inhale, tall spine here. As you exhale, pull your shoulder blades back and really open up your heart here. Pressing that foot into your standing leg, activating a strong core. And on the next inhale, lift your arms up into either cactus or whatever arm variation you like. Reverse Namaste. Got it. Inhale, tall spine here. Try to lift your gaze. And then bring your hands back to center. Then lift your right knee and place your right foot next to your left. Shake that out. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So pressing your right foot into your mat. Lift your left knee. And then take that same variation you did on the other side. Press your palms together at heart center. Pull your shoulder blades back together. Finding some calm here. Make your chest proud. Pulling your sternum towards your thumbs. When you're ready, open up your tree. Cactus your arms. Pull your shoulder blades back together. And really press your standing leg into your sole of your foot. And then press the sole of your foot into that standing leg. This is going to build stability here. Getting a great stretch in that left hip. Bring your hands to heart center. And then slowly lower that left foot to meet your right. Then from here, step to the top of your mat, the hands under your hips. And then lift your right knee and swing your right leg out wide for Prasarita Padottanasana. So you're facing the long side of your mat here. Your legs are spread wide apart. The heels are out. Your toes are slightly in. And then fold forward at the hips. You might want to bring a block handy if you have tight hamstrings. And then you're going to bring your hands down to the mat, walking your palms back between your heels of your hands, and then pressing your palms into the mat. If you have an inversion here, you are welcome to take that. If you're with me, we're going to be here for 5 steady breaths. So really firm up your quadriceps here and try to relax the crease of your hips. So you fold forward, pull your elbows in, and by pressing your hands into the mat, try to activate your core so that you find more space to fold forward. Just like we did in child's pose, that core activation is going to give your body more room to fold. Inhale, lift your head up, bring your hands to your hips. And our next inhale, come back to standing. And clasp your hands behind your back for Prasarita Padottanasana C. Inhale, tall spine here. Open up your heart. And exhale, fold. Bring your hands up and over. Make sure your toes are still pointed inwards. And maybe try playing with your balance a little bit, shifting the weight from your heels onto your toes. Let gravity do some of the work here. Relaxing your hips. Take one more breath here. And bring your hands to your hips. And slowly lift up to standing. And preparing for Prasarita Padottanasana D. So let your hands slide down your thighs, catching your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So use your biceps. Pull your torso closer to your thighs. One more breath here. Inhale, lift halfway up. Bring your hands to your hips. And then from here, let's turn that left heel out. And then heel to that right foot in some. And bring your arms out. We're going to prepare for a triangle pose from here. We're going to skip a vinyasa if that's okay with you guys. I don't know about you, but I'm having a workout here. So with your left arm extended long in front of you, pull your left hand forward, 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 and then come down into your triangle pose, pulling the crown of your head forward, stacking your shoulders here, opening up your torso to the side of the room. Both arms energetic and strong here. Really press into the outer edge of that back foot. While you pull the crown of your head forward. Take 2 more breaths here. And inhale, come back to standing. And we're going to just switch our feet 180 degrees to the face in the back of your mat. We're going to take triangle pose with your right leg out front. So stretch your right leg long, your right arm long. Sweep it down, lifting your left arm and finding your triangle pose. Now even here, imagine squeezing your heels together and see if you can find a little lift in your torso. Lift your ribcage up off that front thigh, pulling the crown of your head forward as that top arm reaches up. Lift your gaze up to that top hand. When you're ready, come back up and then rotate your feet back to the front of the room again. Bring your hands to your hips and with your left foot out front, shorten and widen your stance to prepare for pyramid pose. So you can lift your arms out and take reverse Namaste, or you can just catch opposite elbows and prepare for pyramid pose. So lift your spine, lift your head. Exhale, fold forward over that left foot. Bringing your torso closer to your left thigh. And again here, press into that back foot. Distribute your weight evenly across both feet. And with each exhale, look for a deeper stretch across that front leg. One more breath here. Inhale, rise up to standing. And then rotate your feet 180 degrees. We'll take pyramid pose. Cross over your right leg. Lift your right chest. Lift your chest tall. Exhale, fold forward. Pulling your right hip back. And press your left hip forward. Take one more breath here. Inhale, rise back to standing. Now let's take a vinyasa here. So lift your arms up high. Frame that front foot with your hands and take a vinyasa here. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Whew. All right, so jump through to the seated position. Just drop down on your knees, cross your shins, and roll back onto your feet if you need to. And try to lift your ribcage up and over that front thigh. And level your shoulders by tilting your left shoulder down. Make sure your shoulders are square. Okay, and release that bind there. Now let's take a vinyasa here. So from here, I want you to cross your ankles. Then you can press your hands either side of your hips. And you can lift up and roll forward, or just come onto your knees and find your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And come back onto your knees, or jump through. Stretch your legs long. Let's prepare for Marichyasana C. So pull that right heel into your right glute. And plant your right palm behind you. Lift your left arm high. And you can either wrap your left arm around your knee, or you can hook that left elbow over your right knee. And find a twist here. Regardless of which variation you take, I want you to activate your front toes. Curl those toes towards your face. Press into the mat with your palm. And press into the mat with your foot. Again, that's that core activation that we're looking for. When you press your foot down, your core is going to contract, and it'll provide you with a deeper twist. Bring your gaze over your right shoulder. You come back to center, and let's do the same thing on the other side. So stretch that right leg long. Pull the left knee in. Planting the palm of your left hand behind you. Lifting the right arm high. Then hook or wrap that left knee and take a twist here. Bring that gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. And stretch your legs out long in front of you. And then prepare for Namaste, for some ab work here. So you can lift your knees and then stretch your arms out long in front of you. And maybe straighten your legs. Maybe curl your toes towards your face. And really pull your chest through your shoulders here. And take 5 steady breaths. Zip your knees together, zip your thighs together, and really pull that chest through. Don't let your spine dome here. And then cross your shins and press your palms for a little asana. Try to lift something up. Let's take one more round. So lift your feet, stretch your arms out long, spark your toes, spark your smile. Come on, stay with me here. You got this. 3, 2, 1. Cross your shins, press up, and come back down. And then roll forward over your hands. Let's take a vinyasa. Any way you want to. Just come back to downward facing dog. Chaturanga. Now upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. And lift your right leg behind you. Now let's take that second pigeon pose. So bring your right knee to your right wrist. Open up your chest here. Then exhale, fold forward. And again, you can adjust your hip by using your right thumb to pull that right hip back. With each inhale, pull your belly in. With each exhale, pull your arms forward and try to lift up off those elbows and sink deep into the stretch. And walk your hands back, lift your chest here, then come back to your downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out if that feels good. And lift your left leg high. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Pull your left knee to your left wrist. Tall spine here. Exhale, walk your hands forward for a deep, deep pigeon pose here. This is our second round, so this should feel really good right now. Again, self-adjust your thigh. And for core activation, try pressing your shin into the mat and see if you can find that abdominal lift. And it enables you to lift your ribcage over your thigh and stretch your arms out longer. Take one more breath here. Walk your hands back. And come back to downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out. That feels good. Then drop down onto your knees. Crossing your shins. Rolling back onto your seat. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. And on my count, we're going to lower down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down into your back. And then lift your knees up over your hips and cactus your arms up to the side. And then you're going to let your hips drop over to the right. Bringing your gaze over to your left. You can stretch that left arm out long. Gaze over that left hand. You can use that right hand, your top hand, to pull that left hip down, draw that left knee closer to the mat. Feel a deep stretch in that spine. And let your left shoulder blade drift down to the mat. Inhale, lift your knees back up to center. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So drop your knees to the left. Stretch that right arm out long. Bring your gaze over to that right fingertips. Use your left hand to guide that right knee down. Really try to pin both shoulder blades to the mat if you can. Feel that deep twist in your thoracic spine and the stretch in your right hip. Oh, pardon my allergies. All right, so inhale, bring your knees back to center. Then stretch your legs long in front of you. And prepare for Shavasana. Now, reach your, come flat on your back, and your arms are out by your side. And, ordinarily I'd walk around and kind of adjust students' shoulders and press their shoulders down. And so tonight we're going to do that on our own. So try to curl your shoulder blades slightly together. And open up your chest slightly proud. Your hands are going to be open, your palms are going to be facing up. And so it's a relaxed posture, but I want you to have a little bit of awareness of your chest being open, your heart being open here. So let your feet splay wide out to the side and just relax in this pose. And try to rest with the same deliberateness with which you practiced your yoga tonight. That was a tough workout. And so you deserve this rest. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Relax your throat. Relax your breath. Let it all go. Remain in this Shavasana pose for 3 more breaths. When you're ready, find some movement in your fingertips. Wiggle your toes. Make some circles with your wrist. Then stretch your arms up tall above your head. Stretch your legs out long. Come to a deep, deep, full body stretch here. And when you're ready, slowly roll over into your right side, using your bicep as a pillow. Take one breath here. And slowly, slowly come up to a comfortable seated position. Legs crossed. Hands out over your knees. Inhale, bring your hands to heart center. Bring your thumbs to third eye center. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me tonight. I'm sorry we got a late start tonight with the video, but we're all learning as we go. So thanks a lot and take care. Good night.